Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone at TarotForHealing.com. I hope you guys are doing well. Now, I have tried to make this video so many times as usual. That always happens. I always have to make videos like a number of times before like I can finally get it all together enough to say exactly how I feel and then be able to upload it and be satisfied with it. So I've I've been trying to do some December reading videos, but they're not happening at all. They're not happening. I've tried for like a number of days, and something in it every time just feels completely off to me. And whenever I get that way, I never post videos. Like it doesn't matter how long I've spent on a video or so, or um trying to do one. If it just feels wrong in any kind of way, you guys don't end up seeing it. So basically I've just spent about probably like an hour and a half making I made about 3 videos, December ones, and I ended up deleting them. um but what I wanted to come and say is basically I am so unsure about what direction I'm trying to take this channel in. Like, it's no joke. Um, for a while now, I've been feeling this way. You guys know because I've already mentioned previously about um wanting to change things, wanting to do things, all this other stuff, and so many things haven't felt right. And then I think on top of it not feeling right, I feel like it hasn't been right because of the fact that my subscribers views have gone down dramatically, and I know it's also because I'm not being consistent with like the weeklies and the monthlies and doing all those kind of stuff I was doing previously. um but also, I've always been the kind of person that I've always sort of showed everything on my YouTube. I don't take off the likes and the dislikes. I keep those. Some people, they decide to take this off, like deactivate it. I don't hide the amount of subscribers I have, and all this kind of stuff. Not to say it's a bad thing if there's other YouTubers that do, or all that kind of stuff, to each his own. But I've always sort of put all that stuff up and out there. And as you guys can see, I've been on YouTube for like quite a long time, longer than quite a few of like other readers have on here. And I just feel like it's been so much more difficult to see growth in my channel. And a part of me kind of feels like maybe there's something I'm doing wrong. And then like I'm kind of thinking of ways, and been thinking of ways previously of how I can improve things, make things better, all this kind of stuff, but again in a way that feels right in my eyes. And um and then I've kind of thought to myself, well, do you know what? I could put more into my videos. I could do those things. But again, it's always been an issue of, well, do I have the time to focus on all these things? And also, will it be better for me in terms of the enjoyment that I get out of making the videos and stuff like that, if I'm having to spend so much more time on things like editing, lighting, all this kind of stuff, which sort of turns videos, more into a production. And obviously, to make a production, it takes much more time. So it's just there's always been all these things that's been going on like behind the scenes for like so many months, probably at least in the last year or so, that have been presenting issues, with me and the channel and everything else. And I think the last thing that just made it really um difficult for me to keep on going and being consistent with the monthlies and the weeklies was the fact of Again, just feeling like a machine, and trying to churn out all these videos, and then not really seeing the growth in terms of my channel producing all these videos when they're so time consuming, and feeling like I'm giving up so much in order to do those things, and then not really seeing the payoff afterwards. Now, I don't want to make it seem like I'm not appreciative for those that comment, those that subscribe and rate and all this kind of stuff. I don't want to make it seem like I'm not appreciating any of you guys and stuff like that. Um, but I think it's just that um sometimes, it does make me think, because I don't obviously have their opinions of all the people that watch my videos. The only things I have to really go by to really know how things are going is the analytics, which get the YouTube analytics, where you go and check basically your stats for your channel, and that's really the main indication that I have of basically how my channel is going. And because those analytics aren't really looking that great, it's like, what am I here doing? That's kind of what, like, it's come down to. Like, that's kind of what I'm thinking, what am I here doing? And so the other day, I have to say, like, in all honesty, I wasn't gonna say it in a video or anything like that. Honestly, like, that day I was just gonna close down everything. Like, my Facebook is already closed for the most part, and I was gonna just get rid of the YouTube and my website and everything. And but then really the only thing that had stopped me from doing that is the fact that I didn't know that when you get rid of your YouTube now, you get rid of your email address, because it never used to be like that before. But now, because YouTube had that whole partnering up with Google, it means that they get rid of your email address as well as your YouTube, and I can't really get rid of that email address right now, especially because my site is still active. And I'm not even sure if I can even take my site down yet, in all honesty, because of the way that you're supposed to have it. It renews itself like every year, so I think it might be renewing actually next year. So I don't even know if I can actually take it down or whatever. I have to contact the creators and all of that stuff of the website to sort of get more information on all of that information concerning my website. But I don't know, I've just been at a crossroads, and I think it's mainly because of just thinking about so much stuff in my life in general. And it's not just about YouTube, it's just about me sort of thinking about where my life is going, what I want to be doing, um the goals that I have for myself. There's just so much to consider, and so it's making me question a lot of things right now, questioning the profession that I'm in, um questioning what I want to spend more time doing, what I want to focus more of my time on. So there's so much stuff that I've been thinking about, and I'm just kind of figuring out basically how this YouTube channel plays into all that. And you guys can give me your opinions on what you feel about it all. um but yeah, I'm definitely stuck right now. I have to say, like, for the longest time, I haven't really been feeling doing the monthly so much, and I haven't really been feeling doing the weekly so much. It's like, when the mood kind of takes me, I kind of put up something. But a lot of the time, it's like I'll be doing it and I'm just not feeling it, and then it just ends up being deleted and I'm not seen by anybody anyway. And so I'm just like, what am I doing with this channel? Because really, that's kind of what it turned into. It started off with me just sort of making spiritual videos, talking about things in terms of my journey and all this kind of stuff, and then it kind of turned into me doing the readings and stuff. And then it's like, now I just don't know what I'm trying to do with this anymore. And where it's all heading. So, y'all. But I'll just put this video up and we'll see what you guys have to say. So many blessings to you. Bye.